right, guys, so now that we have laid out our color blocking colors, and you can already see that I started adding some detail, I want to show you guys how not only to add value, but to add detail also. So I want to make my color, and remember, we always want to do nice light layers. So that means adding more water. And then we want to start actually adding that value. So if I wanted it to get darker and then lighter at the top, look at how I can start to add in just a little bit of that color down at the bottom. If it's a little too choppy, like that last one that I just did, you can always just take some clean water or water on a brush, and you can start smoothing that out. I could even come back in with more yellow if I want to. And I'm going to keep building this up. Now, if I really want this to start getting darker, like with my oranges here and here, I can start by adding more orange and really bringing in to that section a nice fade. So look, I only went part of the way up, and then with a wet brush, I started blending it. And I can do that with all of these to really start to bring my colors together and get those nice light layers. Now, if I want to do the layering effect, like I did here with my oranges, I'm going to start again with a nice light color too. I'm going to use the side of my brush, and I'm going to start just adding in some of this texture. And again, it gets a little bit lighter. I know I need to add some more color. And I'm going to do that in all of these. Now, I'm not going to just do one color and be done. I'm going to let this dry, and then I'm going to go back and I'm going to do another layer on top, because I really want my artwork to not only see the layers so that we can show that we're using watercolor, but to really add that detail to my artwork. So for instance, I can take my darker orange and I can go in on one of these oranges that already has some of those layers, and I can start adding that darker orange. So not only does it give it a little value because it's a little bit darker towards the bottom, but I get this nice layering effect that we learned and used in our technique sheets. So you want to think about how you can use those techniques throughout your actual artwork. Again, I can wait and go as dark as I can, so that's solid orange, and I can go on top. And look at how I can really layer these and start getting some detail into that orange. Look at those beautiful layers. And I'm really starting to bring that to life. Same with down here. If I wanted to, I could even start bringing in some darker orange and really pushing my color with my watercolors. Now, I don't want it to be too dry because we are using watercolors instead of acrylic. So there we go. I went back and added some water. And now I can really start adding more value to the artwork. You want to take your time. It's not a race. And we really want to learn how to not only use the material, but how to build that material up so it looks the way that we want it to. Remember, if you want it to blend, take some nice clean water and your brush, and you can blend that. And you can really start to get not only some value, but some beautiful detail into your artwork. I'm also going to use a technique for the background where we use our tissue. So I am going to take my tissue and I'm going to crinkle it up, and I'm going to use a good bit of it. And because I'm doing purple, I do want to do a little bit darker of a purple, but I don't want to overpower my oranges. So it's still going to be kind of light. I'm going to mix it in with the color I had before, which was purple and red. So it's not completely taking away from that color. And once I have that color, I can make sure that I have enough water to it. I can fill in the section that I want to do the tissue technique with. Now remember, I want to keep white, whatever is staying white. So that means not only this little seed, but the rind in my orange. And then I want to press my tissue into it. So I'm going to take this, crinkle it up nice, press it before it dries, After a few seconds, I can lift it up. Now, it's nothing crazy, but it does give a little texture to my background. And the reason that I really like it is because oranges have that texture to them. And I really want my artwork to have that same kind of feel as an orange. So look at how I'm working in small sections. Not only because I want to keep my artwork nice and clean, but I want to make sure that I can do that technique. Now this time I'm going a little bit darker so we can see what happens. I want to make sure that I'm moving quickly so that it does not dry and I get a little bit of a mess. I'm going to crunch it up and press it down. There we go. There's more of that technique that I love. And I can come here and I can do that too. So then I might want to bring some more back into here and press with my napkin, making sure I don't get purple onto any of my other pieces. But I've already did 3 techniques: blending, layering, and tissue. And that's how I'm going to make mine. Think of what techniques you can use for your watercolor background.